In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how I'm always right and you're wrong. I'm kidding, but that really is the context of most of our conversations in modern day society. So how are we ever going to achieve unity if we are so focused on always being right and closed off to new ideas? In today's video, we are going to explore a crucial concept for personal growth and societal harmony, and it's the importance of open-mindedness. In a world increasingly divided by differing opinions, understanding the value of open-mindedness is more important than ever. So we are going to dive deep into why having an unwavering need to be right hinders our ability to connect with others and build a more inclusive world. Hi everyone, and thank you for joining another episode of Dee-Tells. I'm Dee, and I am here to tell you my thoughts on some relatable life topics. Today's topic is about how always being right isn't, and the importance of open-mindedness. So let's go back to that original comment. I'm right and you're wrong. There's two dilemmas with that statement. The first being that the need to be right is usually rooted in ego, and assuming everyone else is wrong usually stems from being closed-minded. Not only do both of those things hinder our ability to connect with others, I believe it is the primary source for our lack of unity and heightened division as a country and around the world. Everything right now is a polarity. It feels like there's an invisible intercom with a global announcer that yells, "Choose your side!" every time there's a trending topic. We are living in a paradigm of opposition. Everything is left versus right, or this versus that. How can there ever be unity if it's always you versus me? And it doesn't matter the topic. It could be political, cultural, economic, religious, environmental, etc. You could be talking about your personal favorite movie or the way ingredients should be ordered on a burger. Regardless of the topic, it ends in a heated debate nowadays. Most discussions seem to be centered around people stating their opinions as facts and proving their point of view with the objective to convert you to their belief system. So there's a few factors that I want to address with this approach. One being opinions versus facts. Two, personal points of view and belief systems. And three, the need to convert someone's beliefs to align with your own. Let's first address the differences between a fact versus an opinion. Although this should be obvious, based on the current climate, it seems there may be some discrepancies when differentiating between the two. So, just to be clear, a fact is a statement that can be verified. It can be proven true or false based on objective evidence. An opinion, on the other hand, is a statement that expresses a feeling, an attitude, a value, judgment, or belief. It is a statement that is neither true or false, but it may feel true to some and false to others. So a fact is objective and an opinion is subjective. So next we're going to address points of view and belief systems. Our beliefs and perspectives are generally formed by accepting what others tell us to be true or by the inferences and deductions that we create in response to our life experiences. So when we break down the phrase point of view, it's our view from the point we're at in life. So think of these as the coordinates of your perspective based on your cultural background, your generation or family values, your socioeconomic status, your geographic region, education level, etc., that led you to your current perception of how you see the world. With that being said, of course, we are all going to have our own subjective opinions and values on a particular topic because none of us have lived the exact same combination of life circumstances and influences. It's not possible for us to all feel the exact same way about every topic. Even family and friends that you have a ton in common with, you will discover there will still be topics where you will differ in opinion. And it should be totally okay and normal for someone to have an opposing opinion on a particular topic as it relates to their unique experience. For example, someone may hate dogs because they were bit by one as a child. Someone may dislike a particular city because of a tragedy that occurred. Someone may not want to go to a certain restaurant because they experienced food poisoning. We all naturally base our likes and dislikes as they relate to our subjective values, morals, knowledge, and specific experiences on a particular subject. So if we're all naturally inclined to have differing opinions, why do we feel such a strong need to be right and feel as though we must convert others' opinions to reflect our own? I think on a fundamental level, it's because humans crave to feel understood. It's a basic part of human connection and well-being. It helps us to validate our feelings, emotions, and perspectives so that we feel a sense of belonging. I actually think that's why we feel so emotionally tied to our beliefs, because we've used them as a way to define who we are and where we belong. But the truth is, beliefs and opinions can change. And when they do, aren't you still who you are? So why do we feel so threatened by someone challenging our beliefs? I want you to take a moment and think about how defensive you become when someone's attacking your position or the force of your aggression as you're attacking someone else's. This goes back to the beginning of the video when I mentioned that the need to be right is typically rooted in ego. And maybe it's not even the need to be right. Maybe it's the fear of being wrong. Because when we feel like we're wrong about something, we feel inferior. And that is the ego's worst nightmare. If we tether our self-worth, intelligence, and self-value to our belief systems and view our opinions as facts, then we might feel like someone is challenging our life purpose and sense of belonging when they disagree with us. I think that's why it's important to understand that you are not your opinions. I also want to emphasize that in order for us to have learned anything in our life, we had to have the receptivity to being wrong and receiving new information beyond our current understanding. It's that state of mind that gives us the ability to learn new information and grow as humans. I think it's ironic that because humans crave to feel understood, we further isolate ourselves by forming small groups and choosing sides instead of actually trying to get along as a collective and understand each other. It's like everyone wants to be understood, but no one wants to understand. Being open-minded to the perspective of others is the only true way we can gain an understanding of life beyond our own scope, which will allow us to connect with other humans. It's like I mentioned, we've all walked different paths of life, so we're naturally going to have different things that are of value to us. Skill sets that are essential for farm life aren't necessarily going to be as prized in a metropolitan city. But does that mean that one lifestyle is more correct than another? Or does it simply mean it's a different way of life? Having an ethnocentric idea of what's right or wrong, I believe, is an example of being closed-minded. I think that most disagreements stem from misunderstanding. We can only achieve unity by actively seeking to understand another. That's where empathy is born. Imagine if we actually Actively listen to understand why a person feels the way they do, rather than just waiting until they finish to explain why they're wrong and we're right, or just completely discrediting what they're saying because it's not applicable to your life. Empathy is the ability to see from another person's perspective and feel their emotions. It's putting yourself in someone else's shoes so that you're able to feel compassion and find elements of relatability to connect on a larger scale. Empathy is crucial in fostering unity, and it's a vast topic that probably needs its own video, but its basis starts with understanding each other. And in order to understand each other, we must seek to do so. We have to set an intention and make an effort to understand. So let me ask you this. Are you actually trying to understand what the person's saying? Like, actually trying to understand. Like, let's say that if someone was speaking Pig Latin, okay, you would have to sit there and try to consciously figure out what they were saying. So when someone is not making sense to you, see them as a human, the same as yourself, that believes what they're saying to be true, in the same way that you believe what you're saying to be true. So when you're thinking to yourself, how could they possibly believe what they're saying is true? Say it not in a sarcastic way, but in a genuine way that wants to understand how they got to this thought process and genuinely wanting to understand how they could possibly feel the way that they do. If you challenge yourself to learn about different opinions, perspectives, cultures, traditions, beliefs, and social norms beyond your own familiarity, even if you don't agree, having the knowledge will inherently expand your receptivity to new information beyond what you define as correct. It should also cause you to ask yourself, why is my way the only correct way? In essence, the action of seeking to understand and cultivate unity starts with a few simple steps. Listen actively. This is a type of listening where you're focused on the other person instead of yourself. Also referred to as empathic listening, which is focused on truly understanding what others are saying without planning your response while they're talking. This shows respect and opens you to new perspectives. You want to ask questions. When confronted with a differing opinion, ask questions to gain a deeper understanding of the other person's viewpoint. This not only clarifies their perspective, but it reduces misunderstanding and demonstrates genuine interest and mutual respect. Another step is challenging your assumptions. Regularly reflect on your beliefs and consider why you hold them. Question the basis of your opinions and be open to the possibilities that they could be flawed or incomplete. You want to engage with diverse perspectives. Seek out books, articles, and media from a variety of viewpoints, because exposing yourself to different cultures, ideas, and experiences will help broaden your understanding and reduce biases. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions, enabling you to respond rather than just react impulsively. And this awareness fosters empathy. Next, you want to make sure to step outside of your comfort zone. Try new activities, meet new people, visit new places, because these experiences are going to challenge your preconceptions and make you appreciate different ways of life. And then reflect on personal biases. Acknowledge that everyone has personal biases, and regularly reflecting on your biases helps you recognize and address them so that you can pave the way for more open-minded interactions. You also want to use I statements. When you're having differing opinions, state your opinions with I statements such as I think or I feel. instead of making absolute claims, so that you can make conversations less confrontational and a little bit more collaborative. And practice empathetic imagination. You want to actually try to put yourself in someone's shoes so that you can imagine their feelings and motivations, so that this will help you deepen your empathy and your understanding of others. And engage in constructive debate so that you can participate in debates with the goal of understanding and learning from the exchange, so that you can appreciate the complexity of different viewpoints. By incorporating these practices into your daily life, you can cultivate a more open-minded and empathetic approach to interactions, fostering a better understanding and stronger connection with others. Once we've embodied true empathy for one another, we can experience compassion towards each other's thoughts and feelings, which will allow us to find relatability, thus leading to a heightened sense of our oneness. We do not have differences for us to fear one another or rate superiority. It is so that we can learn and grow from each other and see all the unique and inspiring ways that God radiates through each individual's soul. We are all emanations of God. The sooner we recognize this truth, the sooner we can appreciate the beauty of our similarities and value the aspects of our soul that make us different. So I'd like to thank you again for watching today's episode of Dee-Tells about why always being right isn't, and the value of open-mindedness in order to progress our sense of unity and oneness with each other and our planet. I encourage you, as always, to join the conversation. Let's discuss, was there ever a time that you changed your mind on an important topic? And if so, how did that affect your personal growth or your relationship with others? Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please feel free to share it with family and friends who might benefit from today's message. And also, if you like this t-shirt, this is going to be one of Soulitude's first product launches. This is our HUEMAN t-shirt. It's a combination of different hues that reflect our planet, just to emphasize the fact that we're all one, we're all connected, we are all just humans of different shades and colors, and essentially it's a unity t-shirt in alignment with today's message. Soulitude will be launching a website that has products that are all related to the concepts that we talk about in the videos. So I really look forward to that. And yeah, I'm really excited to get everything going, and I appreciate your support. And yeah, I'm gonna see if I can have a hoodie option available, and maybe a couple other styles of t-shirts as well by the time this video launches. So let's look forward to that. And I thank you guys again, and I'll see you next week. Subscribe!